3 weeks ago, my friend's father died. Good man. Worked 40 years at the same company. Never cheated on his wife. Coached Little League. Paid his taxes. Did everything right. He died with $1,847 in his bank account and a mortgage he never finished paying. 2 days before the funeral, I watched a guy I went to college with. A man who lied on his resume, who sabotaged his coworkers, who walked out on his pregnant girlfriend, close a deal that netted him $400,000. He posted about it on Instagram. Bottle service, models, the whole show. And I sat there at that funeral, looking at a good man's casket, and I thought, where was the justice? Where was the karma? Where was God? And that's when I finally understood what Machiavelli tried to tell us 500 years ago. What every powerful man knows, but will never say out loud. There is no referee. There is no scoreboard. There is no cosmic balance sheet. The universe doesn't care if you're good. It only cares if you act. What I'm about to tell you will either wake you up or break you. But you need to hear it. Let me guess your story. Tell me if I'm wrong. You were raised to believe that character matters, that integrity is its own reward, that if you work hard, keep your head down, treat people right, and do the honorable thing, eventually, somehow, you'd be recognized, rewarded, respected. Your father told you this. Your teachers echoed it. Every movie you watched, every story you heard, hammered the same message into your brain. Good guys finish first. Truth prevails. Justice wins. So you built your whole life on that foundation. You turned down shortcuts because they felt wrong. You told the truth when lying would have benefited you. You worked twice as hard as everyone around you because you believed, genuinely believed, that merit would speak for itself. And then reality punched you in the throat. The promotion went to the guy who kissed ass and took credit for your work. The girl you treated like gold left you for the guy who treated her like an option. The business partner you trusted cleaned out the account and disappeared. The friend you helped when he had nothing forgot your name once he had something. And every single time it happened, someone fed you the same line. Just keep doing the right thing. Karma's real. What goes around comes around. God sees everything. Your time will come. But your time never came. And you started noticing something that terrified you. The people who ignored all that advice, they're thriving. The liar got the corner office. The cheater kept the relationship. The backstabber built the empire. The guy with no loyalty has a network. The guy with no morals has money. The guy with no integrity has power. And you? You're still waiting for the universe to notice how good you've been. Now, let me tell you what Niccolò Machiavelli was watching in Renaissance Italy. Because what he saw 500 years ago is the exact same thing you're seeing right now, just with different costumes. He watched the Pope, the literal representative of God on earth, father multiple illegitimate children and use the church as a weapon for political conquest. He watched Cesare Borgia, the Pope's son, murder and betray his way to absolute power. And he watched Borgia succeed. He saw the most pious cities in Italy, places where people prayed morning, noon, and night, get conquered and burned by mercenary armies who believed in nothing but gold. He watched good men, faithful men, honorable men starve in the streets while ruthless tyrants built dynasties that lasted centuries. He saw a genuine prophet named Savonarola, a man who preached righteousness, who called out corruption, who actually tried to make things better, get tortured and burned alive in the same public square where people had worshipped him just months before. Unarmed prophet, dead prophet. But the armed prophets? The ones willing to use force, manipulation, and strategic cruelty, they built empires. And Machiavelli started asking the question that would get him condemned for 5 centuries. If God rewards the righteous and punishes the wicked, why does history show the exact opposite pattern? He wasn't asking it in a church. He wasn't asking it in theory. He was asking it while staring at bodies in the street, at cities in flames, at the corpses of good men who died believing virtue would protect them. And he started documenting what actually determines who wins and who loses in the real world. Here's what Machiavelli discovered. And I need you to really hear this because your entire worldview is built on denying it. Success doesn't correlate with virtue. It correlates with decisive action. Let me say that again, slower. The universe does not reward good behavior. History does not favor the righteous. Power flows to those who act first, not to those who deserve it most. He broke it down mathematically. Roughly half of outcomes, he said, are determined by fortuna, fortune, luck, circumstances beyond your control. The other half is determined by virtu, not virtue in the moral sense, but capability, will, strategic thinking, and the courage to strike when others hesitate. Notice what's missing from that equation. Divine intervention, moral deservingness, cosmic justice, karma, the universe balancing things out. He watched the pattern repeat over and over. The merciful prince gets overthrown by the ruthless one. The honest merchant gets outcompeted by the one willing to bribe officials. The faithful soldier dies while the calculating general survives. The forgiving leader gets betrayed while the feared one maintains control. And here's the part that's going to hurt. Machiavelli realized that the exact virtues you were taught make you a good man, humility, mercy, forgiveness, patience, are liabilities in the real world. Humility makes you invisible. Mercy, seen as weakness. Forgiveness invites repeated betrayal. Patience guarantees someone faster takes what you wanted. He said explicitly that a prince must learn how not to be good and use that knowledge according to necessity. Not because being evil is virtuous, but because the world punishes those who refuse to adapt to how it actually operates. And here's the move that changes everything. The pattern he saw in every victory, every conquest, every rise to power. The aggressor wins. Not the most talented, not the most prepared, not the most deserving. The one who strikes first. Let me bring this out of history and into your Wednesday evening. You know that job you're qualified for? The one you've been waiting for the right moment to apply for? Someone less qualified applied yesterday. They're interviewing next week. That business idea you've been perfecting for 6 months. Someone launched a worse version last month. They're profitable. You're still planning. That woman you've been building up the courage to talk to? Someone else walked up to her last night. He wasn't more attractive than you. He wasn't funnier. He wasn't more successful. He just moved first. Here's what nobody tells you about life. It's not a turn-based game. It's real time. And while you're waiting for your turn, someone else is taking 3. The first person to pitch gets the client, even if the second person's idea is better. The first person to approach gets the date, even if the second person is more compatible. The first company to market dominates, even if the second product is superior. This isn't fair. It's not just. It's not how things should work. But it's how they do work. And every day you wait for conditions to be perfect, for the moment to be right, for you to feel ready, you're watching someone else eat your meal. You think you're being strategic. You're actually being afraid. You think you're being wise. You're actually being paralyzed. You think you're being patient. You're actually being prey. Because here's the truth Machiavelli forces you to confront. Hesitation is how good men die, waiting for a justice that doesn't exist. There is no cosmic referee who's going to blow the whistle and say, "Okay, now it's his turn because he waited patiently and deserves it." There is no divine scorekeeper tallying up your good deeds to reward you later. There is only action and inaction, movement and stagnation, those who strike and those who get struck. So here it is, the one move, the principle that separates winners from losers, builders from bystanders, men who shape their reality from men who accept what they're given. Strike first. Strike hard. And never apologize for wanting something. Not because it's noble, not because it's righteous, because it's survival. Let me be specific about what this means. In your career, stop waiting to be noticed. Walk into your boss's office and ask for the raise. Pitch yourself for the position. Make the move to the competitor. Launch the side business. The person who advocates for themselves wins. Always. In relationships, stop orbiting women hoping they'll notice you're a good guy. Approach. State your interest. Create the opportunity. The guy who makes his intentions clear first has already won. Even if she says no, he's not wasting months in the friend zone. In business, stop perfecting. Launch the imperfect version. Get feedback. Iterate. The market rewards speed over perfection. First mover advantage is real. Every day you delay is a day your competitor is learning from real customers while you're theorizing. In conflict, stop hoping problems resolve themselves. Address them directly. Set the boundary. Have the confrontation. Fire the person. End the relationship. Cut the dead weight. Conflict avoided is conflict prolonged. This doesn't mean be reckless. It doesn't mean abandon all strategy. It means when you see the opening, take it. When you want something, pursue it. When you have the shot, fire. Because the window closes, the opportunity passes, the moment disappears. And it doesn't come back because you deserved another chance. I started with a funeral. Let me end with a choice. You can keep living the way you've been living. Keep waiting for your turn. Keep believing that if you're just good enough, patient enough, honorable enough, eventually, somehow, things will work out. And maybe they will. In 20 years. After the opportunities are gone. After your youth is spent. After the life you wanted was built by someone else. Or you can accept what Machiavelli tried to tell us. The universe doesn't reward virtue. It rewards action. Power doesn't go to the deserving. It goes to the decisive. You're not in a moral fable where the good guy wins because he's good. You're in a contest where the aggressive win because they move. Strike first. Not tomorrow. Not when you're ready. Not when conditions are perfect. Now. Because right now, while you're sitting here watching this, someone is making the move you've been thinking about. And in 60 seconds, the window you thought you had, it's gone. Don't let the fear of being wrong keep you from being decisive. Don't let the comfort of being good keep you from being effective. And don't let the myth of cosmic justice keep you passive while predators eat. Strike first, strike hard, and build the life that no one's going to hand you.